Imagine living to 100 years old and not being the oldest person in your village. Now imagine living somewhere where that's actually normal. High in the mountains of the Italian island of Sardinia, there are villages where reaching a century of life isn't rare, it's expected. In one small mountain village, often referred to by researchers studying the area, several residents have already crossed the 100-year mark, and many more are well on their way. Naturally, scientists around the world started asking the same question: what on earth is happening here? Is it the food? The lifestyle? The genes? Or is there something about this island that helps people live longer than almost anywhere else on Earth? Today, we're diving into the fascinating science, culture, and daily life behind Sardinia's incredible longevity. And by the end of this video, you might discover that the secret to living longer is simpler than you think. The research that sparked global interest. When scientists realized just how many people in Sardinia were living past 100, researchers from the University of Sassari launched a major investigation. The project was led by Professor Luca Deiana, one of Italy's leading experts on longevity. But this wasn't just a medical study. The team included doctors, demographers, historians. Because to understand why people live so long, you have to understand their whole story, their health, their families, their history, and their way of life. Their mission was simple: find and verify every Sardinian who had genuinely lived past 100. That's where things got really interesting. Proving someone is really 100. Believe it or not, verifying someone's age is harder than it sounds. Especially when you're dealing with people born before modern record-keeping existed. So researchers dug deep. They searched through old municipal archives, church baptism records, historical birth documents. Piece by piece, they reconstructed family histories going back generations. Result? They identified around 1,700 verified centenarians across Sardinia. That's an astonishing number for an island with a relatively small population. The research project was even given a special name, Akir, inspired by a traditional Sardinian greeting meaning, "May you live to be 100." In Sardinia, that wish is more than just a saying. For many people here, it actually happens. Could Sardinian genetics be the key? One of the first things scientists looked at was DNA. Researchers collected blood samples from centenarians all across the island. Their findings suggested something remarkable: certain genetic traits common in Sardinians may increase the chances of living well beyond 100. In fact, some families have produced multiple centenarians across generations. That strongly suggests that longevity may partly run in Sardinian families. But genetics alone doesn't explain everything. Because even if you have the right genes, lifestyle still matters. And Sardinia's traditional way of life might be one of the healthiest on the planet. The Sardinian lifestyle. For generations, many Sardinians worked as farmers and shepherds. Which means their daily life included walking long distances, physical labor, spending most of their time outdoors. They lived in clean mountain environments, far from industrial pollution. No gyms, no fitness programs. Just constant natural movement, every single day. And then there's the food. The Sardinian diet. The Sardinian diet is surprisingly simple. Many traditional meals include homegrown vegetables, sourdough bread, sheep's cheese, a glass of local wine. Not processed food. Not fast food. Just fresh ingredients grown nearby. And one food in particular plays a huge role in Sardinian culture: bread. Sardinia's incredible bread culture. Sardinia has something extraordinary. More than 300 different types of bread. Bread isn't just food here. It's tradition. Before festivals and celebrations, women in the village often bake bread together, continuing recipes that go back generations. One special type of bread made for elderly villagers uses ancient grain varieties, natural sourdough starters. Some of these sourdough cultures are believed to be hundreds of years old. Inside them live communities of beneficial microorganisms. And modern nutrition science suggests fermented foods like sourdough may help gut health, digestion, nutrient absorption, all of which could play a role in healthy aging. But bread isn't the only important food here. The power of sheep's cheese. Sardinians eat surprisingly little meat, but they regularly enjoy sheep's cheese, especially Pecorino Sardo. This traditional cheese is high in protein, rich in calcium, naturally produced from sheep raised in mountain pastures. And because sheep graze on wild herbs and grasses, their milk contains beneficial fatty acids that some researchers believe may support heart health. It's simple food, but it's nutrient-dense and deeply connected to the land. A 108-year-old Sardinian life. Researchers studying the island often meet remarkable people. One woman from a mountain village lived to 108 years old. Her daily routine was beautifully simple. She would listen to Radio Maria, pray regularly, spend time with family. Her hearing and vision had faded with age, but something remarkable remained. Her mind was still sharp, and that's something researchers noticed again and again. Many Sardinian centenarians remain mentally clear well into extreme old age. Which raises another question. Maybe the secret isn't just physical health. Maybe it's social life. The power of community. In Sardinian villages, elderly people are not isolated. They are deeply respected. Grandparents often live close to, or with, their families. They're involved in family decisions, daily life, community traditions. That constant social connection may protect against loneliness, depression, cognitive decline. In fact, researchers from the National Institute on Aging and World Health Organization have repeatedly found that strong social relationships are linked to longer life expectancy. In Sardinia, those connections are simply part of everyday life. Sardinia today. Today, Sardinia is widely recognized as one of the world's famous longevity hotspots, often studied alongside other long-living regions known as blue zones. The concept was popularized by researcher Dan Buettner, who worked with scientists and institutions including National Geographic to identify places where people live unusually long lives. Even today, Sardinia continues to produce exceptional numbers of centenarians, especially in its mountainous interior. And researchers are still studying the island to understand exactly why. So, what's the real secret? After decades of research, scientists believe Sardinia's longevity comes from a powerful combination of factors. Not just one thing, but many things working together. Genetics. Certain inherited traits may make long life more likely. Daily movement. Generations of farmers and shepherds stayed physically active their entire lives. Simple, natural food. Vegetables, sourdough bread, sheep's cheese, and moderate wine. Clean environments. Mountain air and low pollution. Strong families and communities. Elders are valued, connected, and rarely lonely. When all those elements come together, they create a lifestyle that quietly supports healthy aging. What can we learn from Sardinia? You don't have to move to a Mediterranean island to learn from Sardinia. But its lessons are surprisingly powerful. Move your body every day. Eat simple, real food. Stay connected with family and friends. Reduce stress. And maybe most importantly, stay engaged with life. Because in Sardinia, people don't just live longer. They often live better, right up to the very end. And maybe that's the real secret. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the science of longevity, let me know in the comments, would you try the Sardinian lifestyle? And if you want to explore more fascinating places where people live extraordinarily long lives, Make sure to subscribe, because the secrets of longevity might be hiding in more places than we think.